I am saying this in the very start, that the Paris crowd is one of the best and wild WWE audience ever, but coming off the wild night in Paris, Raw was absolute waste. Let's break down everything that went down at the Paris La Défense Arena. Finn Balor vs. Dragon Lee. Right from the start, Balor controlled the pace with mad wrestling and slow, punishing holds, forcing Lee to work from underneath. The High Flyer fought back with lightning counters, including a stunning springboard sequence that had the fans on their feet. Midway through the match, Lee's comeback exploded with a barrage of kicks, but Balor's veteran instincts proved too much. One sudden dropkick into the corner set up the coup de grace, giving Balor the hard-fought win. Lee looked great in defeat, but once again, WWE risks losing momentum with him. The New Day and Grayson Waller versus the War Raiders and Penta. The Raiders showed no rust after their time away, using raw power to dominate early while Penta added his signature flair. New Day rallied with double-team offense, including Kingston flying over the ropes and Woods nailing his tightrope elbow drop. Waller, meanwhile, played the opportunist, picking his spots while the veterans carried the heavy lifting. The Paris crowd erupted when the Raiders hit a crushing double powerbomb before Penta delivered his fear factor to finish the match. Intercontinental Championship, Dominik Mysterio, C, versus AJ Styles. The night's biggest singles match saw Dominik Mysterio defend the IC title against AJ Styles in front of a rowdy Paris crowd. Dom struck early, blindsiding Styles before the bell and trying to keep him grounded with rest holds and stalling tactics. Styles shook it off and fired back with a trademark dropkick, springboard forearm, and even teased the Styles clash to thunderous reactions. The fans never stopped singing for AJ, giving the match a big fight feel. Late in the bout, Dom looked finished until El Grande Americano interfered, blindsiding Styles while the referee was distracted. Dom capitalized with a frog splash to retain. Despite the cheap finish, the atmosphere, the passion, and AJ's fiery performance made this the match of the night. Jey Uso and LA Knight vs. Bron Breakker and Bronson Reed. The main event paired unlikely allies Jey Uso and LA Knight against the powerhouse duo of Bron Breakker and Bronson Reed. The heels controlled much of the match, isolating Jey and unleashing stiff offense that had the crowd biting on every near tag. Knight finally got the hot tag, running wild with his explosive strikes and setting up a near fall after hitting the BFT. But the Brons powered through, Reed's sheer size overwhelmed Uso, and Breakker connected with a brutal spear to seal the victory. Post-match, the heels tried to add insult to injury until Jimmy Uso stormed in with a steel chair to save his brother. The Paris crowd roared as the brothers embraced, planting seeds for a bigger family war down the line. Now that we have recapped the show, let's look into the up, the down, and the ugly. The up. Styles vs. Mysterio stole the show. The Paris fans made this feel like a WrestleMania-level match, and both men thrived in that environment. AJ looked as sharp as ever, and Dom leaned fully into his heel role. Finn Balor and Dragon Lee delivered a sleeper hit. While the result wasn't shocking, the smooth sequences and the energy of Lee's comeback made this a match worth watching. The Uso family drama keeps heating up. The closing angle with Jimmy saving Jey ensures that the Bloodline saga still has plenty of emotional weight heading into WrestlePalooza. The down. The six-man tag was fun but predictable. New Day and War Raiders have fought so many times that, even with Penta added, it didn't feel fresh enough to stand out on a night with stronger stories. Dragon Lee taking another loss hurts him. WWE needs to commit to pushing him as more than just an exciting filler opponent, or fans will lose interest. Too many distractions and outside interference. From El Grande Americano's run-in to constant teases of chaos, some matches lean too heavily on overbooking instead of clean finishes. The ugly. Dominik Mysterio's title reign risks growing stale. While he plays the cowardly heel role perfectly, every defense ending in interference feels repetitive and risks turning heat into apathy. WWE is overloading Raw with Judgment Day. Between Balor's singles, Dom's defense, and constant backstage shots, their presence sometimes overshadows other acts who deserve more spotlight. Breakker and Reed's dominance could backfire. If they rack up wins without a clear endgame, fans might see them as unstoppable for the sake of being unstoppable rather than actual long-term threats. Raw wasn't flawless, but the Paris crowd carried the energy from start to finish, turning even predictable matches into something special. AJ Styles and Dominik reminded us what an IC title match should feel like. The Uso family drama stayed red hot, and Finn Balor found his groove again. So, who do you think came out of Raw looking strongest, AJ Styles, despite the loss, or Dominik Mysterio, who still holds the gold? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Till then, take care, and we'll see you next time, Wrestle News Maniacs.